Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the Brickanista Broadcast Network. Sorry for the delay. I think I'm co-streaming right now on Twitch, and I was trying to turn that off. And if I am, I will kill the other session, so don't worry. This is going to probably be a shorter one because I have started streaming on Wednesdays earlier. Hello, Zach Martinez. Yeah, I have been on Wednesday nights streaming at 5, and that's part of it was because we were doing the Lego Masters review shows for a while. So I did start doing some of these on 5-ish, and it turns out I'm really cutting it close with a lot of the other things going on in my life right now. Because last week I think I started at 6, and we had been doing the 5 o'clock for a while, and it was working out great, but I'm starting to rethink that I'm definitely more of a 9 o'clock kind of person, but in order to meet, more people, to be able to engage the community more, I'm trying to do a few streams earlier in the day. So welcome. And I am, like I said, I went live on Streamlabs OBS, and I think it's co-streaming right now on Twitch. So if you're out there on Twitch and you're wondering what's happening, that stream is going to be killed because, as you know, the terms of service and all of that, they don't like you co-streaming at the same time. Makes no sense to me, but I usually am pretty good about it, but I think the settings got a little tweaked. So sorry about that. So if you're on Twitch, I'm not really paying attention right now to what's happening on Twitch. So if you're exercising points or doing any of that, I'm really sorry. So I'm kind of behind the scenes looking at my Twitch session, and it looks like I think I'm okay, because right now I think I'm only on YouTube. So anyway, so welcome everybody. Hope you're doing well. I thought what I would do is last Wednesday, you probably remember, I took apart the Pigsy's noodle bowl to put it on top of my dojo. So I was thinking about it, and I said, you know, Wednesdays is a really good time to work on something with what I'm now calling Wednesday Retrofits and Reworks, or Reworks and Retrofits. And part of the reason for that is that, you know, we always get all of these sets, and then we realize that, you know, what are we going to do with them? How much space do we have? Maybe there's some other things that we could be doing with them, and that's part of what I'm really trying to focus on. Because as you know, I really like to focus this channel on affordability and making it more accessible to more people. And I think if we always have to keep buying more and more and more sets, then where do you put them all? You know? And the other thing I like to encourage is mock building, which is my own creations. And where do you get a lot of the parts for those? You have to essentially disassemble your sets and start creating those. You didn't get a Twitch notification, so okay, so I'm good. Thank you. You know what? I should make you a mod, Zach. I think that you're on my streams so much. If you want to, we can chat about that afterwards. But you're such a great person, keeping me notified on these things, and you know, if you're willing to, let me know, because I think that'd be great to have you as a mod. But so anyway, as I mentioned, today we're going to be working on retrofits and reworks, and I've been doing this already quite a bit, and with some of my, in fact, one of the very first MOCs that I did, which is technically a mod, and I got an award for this too. This one is a rework of the Durmstrang ship from Harry Potter. So I reworked that Durmstrang ship, and then by reworking it, I was able to recolorize it, and I put new characters on it, and that was the genesis of the Spice Pirates. And I won an award for that at Bricks by the Bay. And I know that Joel has often said he's not a mocker, that he's a Frankenstein builder is what he calls it, where you take pieces from one MOC or from one set and you mash it up with something from another set and you build something. And one of his recent ones was he took that same Pigsy noodle bowl that we did last week and he made like a mashed potato monster out of it, which was hilarious. So I think the whole definition of MOC, my own creation, had no basis from anything else, just came right out of your head and built things. And I've done that too. I mean, I have a couple of MOCs that I'm really proud of, mostly in the Micropolis area. But then there's also mods, which are my modifications. And I think that's what I wanted to start thinking about for Wednesdays, is taking something that started off as a set and then reworking it into something else. And I was looking at some of the things that I have, and one of the things that I've been really excited about are these 3-in-1 storybook builds that I've been doing. And the one that I'm doing right now, first of all, is a gift. So I can't say who it's for, but I'm super excited because it's almost done. I just ordered some more parts for it, and I'm going to be showcasing that. But you know what's interesting is that it's Lego, right? And I knocked this over and I had to rebuild it last night. But here's that 3-in-1 I was mentioning, where you have the interior of the house, you have the exterior of the house, and this time I added a light feature. So when you, because somebody had mentioned in one of my streams that I should add some logs. And then I found this light brick and I said, I'll put a light brick in there. So we have a light feature that you don't want Santa to go down there when it's lit, but you could, you know, light it up later. And then the other thing that is this, so those are the two sides. You have an interior and an exterior. And then the third part of the build is the inside of this. plus his Trolls bus pirate ship was epic. Yes, exactly. So that's where, you know, he's a mod builder. So there's the interior with Santa at the beach, and I think Santa just fell over. No, he's okay. It's hard to tell from this angle. So Santa at the beach. Yeah, so this is what I call a 3-in-1 build. It took an existing set, which was from the StoryBook series, the Disney StoryBook series, which have these nice little spines. And I was looking around and I said, you know, I've already kind of done this. I might as well just keep going. I've got more things I could do. So another one that I did is this one. Oh, Glenn Copeland's here. How's it going, Glenn? So this one is not a 3-in-1 build, but what I did is I took the top, and I'm going to tear this apart today because this one, oh, Doc Sampson's here. Hey, Doc. So this one is the Legend of Sleepy Hollow that I put onto the top of a book so we could participate in the Tricky Lug Library collab. And so this one's more of a 2-in-1, but I can tell you right now, this is probably going to fall off. The clutch on this is pretty light, but I'm going to go ahead and try it. But we started on this on another stream, and there's the castle in the middle. Oh my god, it's actually clutching. So I thought what we would do is work on this top section. I'm going to pull this off because I'm ordering a black horse because Sleepy Hollow is more of a black horse kind of thing. And also, I was looking at this, and I need one of those latches. So the latch is missing. So I either have to find it or I have to look for it. And the other thing that's cool is this character. Oops. What I'll do is I'll go ahead and put the down camera up because I want to show you this character. I'm so excited. I created a new character called Brickanista Crane. So we're going to have some adventures with Brickanista Crane in the future. So I'm super, super excited about that. And if let's see if my camera is going to behave today. Oh, okay. Let's see. Hold up. This is, I think I'm definitely going to have to increase my production values in the future. I do like having this cell phone because it does let me do zooms in here very easily. All right, so let me go ahead and that castle is a great build. Yeah, the castle, I wanted to show an up close of that, but let me show you this character for those of you who haven't seen Brickanista Crane. Yes, oi, Brickanista. So this is Brickanista Crane. I made it for the Sleepy Hollow build, but then when we were talking online with Tricky Bricks, I think Richard said, oh, it's Brickanista, and I said, oh, that's perfect. So I grabbed the Brickanista Crane ID, and in addition to, you know, Batman and Chubbin and Super Sewer Baby, you're going to see some future episodes of Brickanista Crane. And that face is hilarious. It's like the Mr. Bill, oh no, kind of face. So yeah, Brickanista. I don't know if this is a double, oh, it is a double-sided face. So let's see what the other one is. Okay, this one's kind of a neutral looking, like what's happening here. So I think this could be like an ongoing series of little vignettes of Brickanista looking for something. So he's got his little lantern, and then he discovers something, and then the the other face appears. So I think this is going to be an ongoing gag that we're going to start exploring. But it came about because of the Sleepy Hollow MOC that I put together. And once again, just the difference between a mod and a MOC is, so this one's kind of a combo because the exterior is a MOC. There are no instructions for this on the exterior, and except for, of course, these pre-made plates. And then what I'm going to do is, let me show you the interior, because like I said, I was surprised that the clutch held on this, but this is the castle build that we had started a few streams back. Remember we were talking about turrets and crenulations and other things, and then I do have a drawbridge here. So I did have to rework this a little bit from when we worked on this on stream, and you can see that one of the turrets fell out. But yeah, that's a pretty good looking castle that's inside, and we took advantage of the beach that was here and made it like a little moat. So we have, this is the interior, and then we were just talking about super sewer babies here, and then this is the only place I could fit that character because there's a little bit of space, and so when you close it up, that goes up, and then you have that character and a baby character. It could be super sewer baby, something else. And I have to order one of these latches. I'll just put this one in just to show you. So this I have the other pieces, but it's this printed latch piece that I need to go get another one. So you can see that kind of lock piece. But yeah, I'm starting to think this might be a series that I might start working on. Could be kind of fun. Yeah, so today's episode is, like I said, I'm going to start on Wednesdays this thing called Reworks and Retrofits. Because I think in this day and age, especially, people are trying to save some money. You don't have to keep buying more stuff. I know that's probably not what Lego wants to hear, but you could buy cheaper sets like this. This particular set, the one I'm working on, this one with the blue binding, this one was from the Ariel storybook, and it was, I believe, $16.99, so it was under $20. And then you can take things that are in your collection. I repurposed this Tiago Catarino tombstone that came from the haunted house. This came from the haunted house as well. And then, of course, for those of you who follow me, you know this is Vermi the rat. And then these are just cobblestone tiles, round tiles, put into this formation. And then the other important part is this posing element. Let me see if you can see that little posing element, and that's where the horse went. And like I said, I didn't have a black horse, so I had to make do with the brown. And what's great about these posing elements is that you can get some clutch onto the figure, and you can pose it like that. So it actually looks like the horse is, riding up on its hind legs. Yeah, and then we have, of course, the first installment of the Brickanista Crane. This is the introduction of the character, Brickanista Crane in Sleepy Hollow Stud. So, what other adventures will Brickanista Crane have? So as I mentioned, this is something I want to keep intact. So this, I believe I had designed this, so this may pull up completely. Oh, look at that. Look at that. So the important parts of this is that you have in the middle a 2x4 that you can, in fact, I'm just going to keep that in place, but we will want to keep this corner plate on the edge here. And then we can, reinsert this later. And if I remember right, it's 16 wide and 12 deep, but let me double check. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Yeah. So 12 deep, and as you can see, I can move this and save it until I get the black horse, replace the black horse, put it back onto here, take another photo, we're done. And we have Brickanista Crane as the first in a series. I could probably make a bunch of these onto these little books and chapters. So I don't know, I'm still thinking through this, but you get the idea. I think it's just a really cool little concept. And like I said, this is a rework. This is the original aerials. And as you can see, we took from the Ariel storybook we had made on a previous stream, the interior castle. So if we want to make this a 3-in-1, it goes back to how are we going to design the top with a front and a back. And as you can see in this case, we said the front is going to be, or I guess it's hard to tell which one is the front, but we have an exterior side. So we have some white plates representing snow, and then we have the interior using this tan to kind of represent the interior. So this is a castle build on the inside. So what might be cool is to create similar to this, maybe the interior of a castle, an exterior of the castle, and then you open it up and you have the full castle right here. So that might be kind of a fun approach. So anyway, but yeah, so this is going back to retrofits. On the interior, I should mention that these are 6 wide. Double check on that. Or no, 4 wide. Yeah. In fact, let me show you a fresh one. So this one I've been playing around with. This one came from the Frozen storybook. So you can see I've been kind of playing around with putting these corner plates in, and then a 2x4. And then this one also has the key lock. And you can see that, yeah, it's 4 across, actually. 4 across. This is what it looks like when you strip it down. And 4 across, and then you have to keep these 2 for a border, so that when you close it up, it either looks like this, or it has a look similar to this, where you can put a, what do you call it, a fence? So you can see the fence there, like that. Yeah, so I've been so excited about being able to repurpose these, because when I first started building them, they just didn't seem like they had enough in there. But of course, to keep it at the low price point, you have to do that. So just looking at this one again, you have the 2 on the ends that you use for a border. And then we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. So 4 by 14 across for your base if you're building on the interior. But we're going to save that for maybe another Wednesday episode. And just looking at this too, that you can see that this could be the, I don't know, a backdrop. It depends on how you want this to show. If you want this to be the interior of a house, you can, use that, or, experiment around. But this is the lavender one, and the other one, this one came from Ariel's storybook for Under the Sea. And the other thing cool is, you remember that recent mock improv that I did? I had that clamshell that was in coral. That actually came in this set. It came with a couple of really cool pieces, so you can repurpose things a lot. So let me just check the chat, because it seems like it's been... Okay, I haven't missed anything. Very good. All right, so I think I like that idea. So just kind of going back to this, if we want to kind of mimic what we're doing here, is that we can say we're going to have white and light gray as the primary colors for the exterior of the castle. And now that I'm looking at this, like these, I should have turned these the other way around. I'm going to do these top ones because they're easy to access, but I think when I redo this, I'm going to have to turn these around so these look like more like the brick type. Now the other question is, how many of those do I have? Because the other thing I probably need to do is order some of those new profile bricks that you can get from the Queer Eye set. Okay. All right, so I don't have a lot of those other colors, but I do have a lot of this color, this kind of tan color. So it could be a tan castle, maybe. That's one thought. Or we could continue this story here with the tan plates of this journey that they're going, and you're trying to figure out where they're going. So I just love this whole idea of being able to build something on top and then have a surprise on the inside too. Very easy to do. Just spacing is important. But it goes back to, what do you have in your stock? So I'll show you the color choices I have. If I'm going to build an exterior castle, I have this tan, this dark tan, and I only have a little bit of gray. However, if I just go with plain white, I have a lot. So I have a lot of these 1x3s in white. So that might be an option. So we might want to do that. And this is a hazard of having not a lot of space, is that one of my pieces fell off of my ship over here. Okay. All right, so I'm just thinking through this, and if we go back to the castle itself, if the castle is, if we model it similar to the other one, we would have a white castle with a gray interior. That's just looking at this. You can see the gray interior here. So maybe we do light gray plates and maybe an azure for the exterior, for the bottom plate. These profile bricks are such a hot building commodity. Yeah. Well, you know, I used a lot of the red ones for this gift, and I went to Bricks and Pieces, and that one is sold out, which doesn't surprise me. I have a lot of them also for the post office building that I put in my city, so I need to rethink that. But I think that's going to be the plan. Is I think we're going to have like a little bit of a moat here, and then we're going to build the castle up, and then this or this, I'm sorry, light gray, and then the exteriors here. So if I model it similar to the other ones, I need some light gray, so you see the inside of the castle. You turn it around, you see kind of the moat, and then when you open it up, you'll see the full little castle build. So we're going to do like, maybe it's for waiting room or a study or something like that. Yeah, that's the plan. So first thing is that I was experimenting with this, and these corner bricks, actually corner plates, they fit perfectly in these corners. And if I decide to go with white, then I would go with white in these corners. But since this is going to be visible, I'm probably going to go with something like, since we decided that we're going to do light gray, is do a corner plate in light gray. So the light gray would go here. So let's get this all together. Now this is going to be an issue for me because I don't have a lot of light gray. I have these that are, I have the what do you call these, the 1x4s. So I do have enough to go across, but being able to connect it all together, so as you saw the last one, I could just lift it up. Yeah, so I'm going to have to think this through about how am I going to do this. The other little nuance is that you have this little ridge here, so you have to be mindful of the ridge, and you can kind of see that this is the front of the Sleepy Hollow one, and let me see if I can turn it for the camera, is that you have to build it so then it's got a 1x1 around the perimeter, so then that way from the view on the exterior side, you it's nice and clean. So that's what we're going to have to do. We're going to have to kind of stitch this together with a bunch of 1x1s. So then that way it goes across this way. I know it takes forever though. Do you routinely do bricks and pieces orders from Lego, or just once in a long time? I'll be honest with you, I have never done a bricks and pieces order yet. I was looking online because everybody told me if you're going to order, make sure you order before November 15th because Lego's going to shut their website down for the holidays. So that's why I went on there, and you're right, it is hard to find them. So I was just looking for the white profile bricks initially. And then since I was there, I looked at the red, and or the dark red, and it was just like, ooh, that's going to be hard. So yeah, I would say if you're thinking about doing it, do it soon. All right, so going back to what I was mentioning, that I need to get a plate in, I think, that azure color. I do happen to have this one, but it takes up the entire thing, which I think is going to be too much. So here's another thought, is I could make it green as a possibility. I'm just looking at what I have in my supply as far as plates. Yeah, I was mentioning the other day that if you work with if you work with red, you can build just about anything. Yeah, so what I would do, Zach, is if there's a certain part that you want, let's just take the Queer Eye set, the profile bricks. If you really want those profile bricks, you need to go in and first search on Queer Eye, and then find the name of the part, and then you go back into Bricks and Pieces. So I usually use Bricklink and Bricks and Pieces together to try to figure it all out. And then once you get it on Bricks and Pieces, save it, so then that way it'll be saved. You won't have to go do that research again. Okay, so I'm just looking at this, and remember what I was talking about, the exterior, that if I get a 1x set of plates and stitch them together, and then look for some corner bricks too. Or I should say corner plates. I recently just sorted these, and I I don't think I have a lot in that teal or azure color, so I think we're going to have to use our handy dandy 1x2s for that. So some good news though is I have a ton of 1x6s. So this could be really good because I'm just kind of putting these out here, and I know that this 1x6, this will be a great way to stitch these together like this. So if we do it this way to start, we're still going to have to do more clearly, but this is a good start to just kind of get the framework together. Oh, this is actually working out better than I thought. so you can see, oops, I actually botched that. This should be like that. So I will need a 1x2 right there. You made it home, Zach. Hey, Joel, how's it going? We were just talking about you. We were talking about how you claim that you're not a mock builder, but we know otherwise. Yeah. Yeah, we were talking about, this is a new segment I'm putting together on Wednesdays called Reworks and Retrofits. And what we're doing is essentially taking existing sets and either reworking them or retrofitting them, or, you know, modifying them to you know, do whatever artwork that we're trying to do. Now this is a problem. I'm looking at all my 1x2s and I don't see that azure color, so I may have to do this another way, using 1x1s maybe. Let's see if I have some 1x1s in that azure color. Okay, I think we'll be okay. Hey, Joel. Oops. Okay, wait a minute. That's not the right color. What's going on here? There's so many different blues. Drives me crazy. I thought this was the same blue. You can see that it's slightly off. Ugh. All right, do I not have those in any Azure? All right, one more way we can get around this. It's a bit of a kludge, but if I have one, I'm looking at my 1x2 tiles, because if you have one stud here, it will attach there and everything will sit on top. But I don't think I have an Azure 1x2 there, because I used them in this other build. That's okay, I have an order on the way. All right, well, how else can I fix this? 1x4s? Let me see if I have some 1x4s to replace that 1x6. See, that's the one thing nice about Lego Masters and also Bricklink, is that Studio, you can just design something and put whatever colors you want. Hey, Ruby Lily, how's it going? You didn't even think to use those corners to make a totally different cover. Yeah, absolutely. I've already done two. Here's, you missed this part, but this was a cover I used for Sleepy Hollow. So this thing, you can make it into a plate so then it'll pop off. And then you can pop it off and then replace it later. So yeah, you have those connection points. You have the 2x4 in the middle and you have the corners here. Yeah, that's why I'm starting to do this kind of episode, to try to encourage people to look at ways that you can retrofit something instead of having to try to buy sets all the time. I mean, it's good to buy sets, but in this case, I bought a couple of these for Thrifty Thursday because they're under $20. And I was looking at this, and we're in the middle of a Tricky Lug collab. So here you can see the frame coming together. And you can use these corners either like this, like a simple frame, or you can use those corner tiles, or you can use, or plates rather, or you can use those angled corners. You're not sure if you're a mock builder. I know I am a Lego hoarder. Okay. Okay, so you can see how this is coming together. And now I've got to find some 2x plates. I have some 1x6s, so worst case scenario, we could do that. But what's nice about this is I was a little worried about this at first because I didn't have a clutch point in the middle, but the clutch is being held together here. So that's really cool. So cool. I only found you recently. We'll definitely check out past videos. Okay, thanks, Ruby. I appreciate it. Yes, please tell your friends. It is so hard to grow a channel on YouTube. I am at about 245 subscribers right now. So yeah, I've been working it though. I think the thing I need to work on, which I've been told, is that you need to do pre-recorded videos and upload them. The algorithm apparently is better for that, which makes no sense to me because I think it's if you're streaming 6 times a week and 4 times a week on YouTube, you would think that would count for something. But so now I'm looking for my 2x plates to fill this gap in, and I don't know if I have them in that Azure color. See, this is something I start learning is what I have in my supply. And it may not make a difference too. I mean, this is a modification, so we're creating something new, and you can always tell people that's what you had intended, right? When you put things together. Yeah, so welcome, Ruby. We have a nice little group here. And I stream Wednesdays on YouTube early. I don't know where you're based, but I'm based in Seattle. And then I also tend to stream late at night. So Wednesdays is at 5. Thursdays I do 9 o'clock. And then also, what was it? Saturdays at 9, and then Sundays at 1. Is that the Little Mermaid book base? Yes, this one is the Little Mermaid book base, and what you missed from a previous stream, you may be able to find it, is the interior. You can build something on the interior using that middle plate. And what I was mentioning before, here's the one for the Elsa and Frozen Castle. So you can build on this. Just you need to use these for the borders. And then it's, if I remember right, I said 4 by 14. So you do 4 by 14 as a plate, build up on that, measure it to make sure it'll still close. And yeah. Pray for you. Uh-oh, what happened? Oh, you're talking about bricks and pieces again? You've taken it apart before without problems, right? Okay, I think you're talking to Zach. The Haunted Mansion. Yeah, that thing's a beast. So, and we were, when I was building this, Ruby, is that I made a little drawbridge, and then so that way the drawbridge, you have to pull it down, but this thing will close. And then, so it's kind of like a hidden surprise, right? Inside the book, you have a build. You have a build outside, and you have a build inside. So we were just talking about how to build the frame for that. So this is 16 across, and then it is 12 wide. Or did I say 10 wide? I think it's 12. Yeah, 12 wide. So we were just talking about this is going to be like the moat, and then the interior is going to be the castle, which we're going to put as light gray. So that's why I was measuring these out earlier for the light gray. And since I had my 1x6s out, let me check on that. Yeah, so the 1x6 plates. Let's do this. That's the exact one you bought. Oh, good. Good, yeah. So you can essentially take that one and start building similar to this. And then what I'm doing is just creating the frame, so then that way you can build up from there. Yeah, and it's interesting because a lot of people, you know, when I showed them this, they go, "Oh my God, you can use that? How much was the book base?" I go, "You can get the book base with, I think, 3 minifigs and a lot of really cool pieces inside for less than 20 bucks." And that's the other thing, is that there's like these hidden gems out there that people don't know about. So that's why I do what I do, to let people know. Check out these other sets. These other sets have value too. Okay, so you see how we built another frame that's going to sit here, and then we're going to connect this all together and then use this as an attachment point. And we probably could also, we have some space here, so we could put some connectors. In fact, since I have these, I think this might work. We might even have to build up on this a little bit, but let's just take a look. Let's see. Will this fit? Will this blend? Okay, I think. Yeah, I think this is probably going to help. So I'm just putting these across, almost like a trellis in a way. That's a great thing about Lego, is the interlocking mechanism, that you can start putting pieces together that to help give it more structure. And like I said, the whole intention of this is that I'm going to be able to lift this up at a later time, but have these connect to these points here as well as here. Yeah. So let's see, like right now, I've got enough clutch power just from those 2 corner points because I'm not attached here. And you can see it's already got pretty good clutch. You're learning that it's just cheaper to get it off the Lego Bricks and Pieces or the Pick-a-Brick online if you're not in a hurry. Yes, that's true. If you're not in a hurry, that's definitely the way to go. Okay, I think we're in luck. I think I have 2 2x8s in. Yeah, look at that. All right. So you can see that's coming together. Oops, oops. Okay, one thing you got to keep in mind is that you have some gaps here. So if you really wanted to add some more structure, then you would put more of connectors down here. So, but you can see what I've done. Yeah, what I was pushing down on this, you could see that there was a bit of a gap. So if I really wanted to, I could, in fact, I bet you, if I put this here, actually if I put one more, let me see if I can put one more. Will I have space? I do have space. So I'm going to put one more here to give it more structure. This middle one should be okay because the black brick should pick that one up. You can't get anything from one Bricklink vendor. Yeah. Yeah, Bricklink is awesome if, you know, like I was able to look for something, but it came, the only vendor who had everything was in Germany. And it's kind of like, I don't want to wait that long too, because that's the other problem is with our shipping problems right now, with the U.S. Postal Service and, you know, international. It's not pleasant, folks. Not pleasant right now. Okay, I just realized I'm missing a 1x2 over here. Let me get that. 1x2 in light gray. I'm sure I have one of those. Right? Yeah. Yeah, so this little bit of preparation work will really pay off in the end, because then you'll have a nice solid structure and you can build on it, and then you could take it apart later, especially if you're going to reuse the base. Okay, so, all right, so what I was doing is I was fixing that. I wanted to make sure that it was nice and clean all the way around. You're gonna have to lurk a bit? Okay, no problem. You hope I'm still going when you get back? Yeah, we'll see how long I stream today, because let's see, it's already been almost an hour. So yeah, we'll see how it goes. All right, so back to this. So we need that azure color going across. And like I said, my backup plan is to use the 1x6s, but I'd rather use 2x's because it would just make it stronger. So you just keep looking. You can see I don't have a lot of azure. I have this regular blue. These are my 2x8s. These are my 2x6s. That doesn't look very promising either in azure. So like I said, I have a ton of 1x6s. I might have to get by with some of that. Yeah, I just keep looking. But even my 2x2s I don't have in azure, which is surprising to me. Okay, let's see. Yep, that's sand green. I thought I had a one. Nope. Okay, I'm going to look one more place, and if I don't see them there, then yeah, we're going to have to use the 1x6s. So here's my last stash of 2x4s. 2x4 plates. And I may have some in Azure here. I'm looking and I think we might be in luck. So I have that and that. And I think we just need 3. And I think, yeah, look at that. But definitely low on the Azure. I'm going to have to load up. We're talking about ordering and such. So yeah. All right, so if we do this, you can see, look at that. We have a nice building spot now. And it has really good clutch power. And it should, because of that frame that we put together, it should pull up, though it may pull up in 2 spots. So, and you know, we'll just have to work with that if we end up changing it out. But for now, that looks great. And just to check our premise, we have the moat here. We're going to build the castle. We could build up on this, or we could even use, you know, another color like green for grass or something. Oh, hey Lena, how's it going? And then we open this up and you get the castle with the drawbridge, which I think is super cool. So yeah, so I think what we're gonna do is, and just looking at this, you know, I'm almost tempted to make this gray, but that would mean I'd have to change that to a 4x4, and I'm not sure if I have one of those. So I'm just gonna check one more time, but otherwise this is pretty good. I definitely need to redo my my drawer system. Okay. So good news is this should work fine. I was not able to find a 4x4, but that would mean retrofitting this whole thing. And I think we're probably doing well enough with that. Okay, so going back to what we were saying before, is I'm going to use white to kind of build up the exterior of the castle. Is anyone working on the Tricky Brick Self-Portrait Challenge this week? Yeah, you know, I was thinking about that, and I almost was going to use this stream to build that, but the more I thought about it is that it's a self-portrait. That's hard. I don't know. I'm still struggling with whether I'm going to submit something this week. I try to submit something, but that's a tough one, a self-portrait. So yeah, you usually don't stream at this time. Actually, I do. Wednesdays at 5. If you go back on my history, ever since Lego Masters Season 2 recap episodes, I've been doing 5 o'clock episodes. So yeah, I try to keep Wednesday and Sunday as the days on YouTube where I stream earlier, so I can hit people on different time zones a little bit better. Okay, so going back to this, remember, this is going to be the interior of the castle, and that our castle is white on the exterior with a little bit of that light gray. So I think we're going to mix it up with a little bit of that. And you can see that I have this this little arched window. So maybe let's see what windows I have. Put some of those in. So I'm going to start from this point of view, where we're looking at this, or actually, I'm sorry, this point of view, where we're looking at this on the interior of the castle. You forgot about that? Yeah. Yeah, no, I'm trying to find when the ideal time to stream is, because 9 o'clock is good for me, but for anybody in Europe, the people who do show up to my streams from Europe, they're the ones who show up, and it's kind of like, I'm getting ready, I'm making breakfast right now. All right, so I'm just gonna, 1x3s are hard, but I have a ton of those. And then the other one that I was gonna check on is light gray. And also some windows. So remember, we're building kind of the interior of a... Now, I just got these, and I'm trying to remember which set these came from, but I just tore these apart and I said, these are going to come in handy someday. And then I do have some in gray. So this could be really cool, is to put some of these, if you're thinking about this as a window to, you know, a castle fortress window. The other option is to go with, I don't know, some sort of archway. So I'm just going to stagger these just to kind of, because this could also be maybe a corridor. It doesn't have to be the interior of a room. It could be a corridor maybe leading to, or it could be a ballroom. I mean, there's a lot of possibilities, right? But I'm just going to space these out just to see what I can do. Now that's kind of an interesting spacing. If we do 5. Or if we do... Because the only problem with having 1x3s is that this is 16 wide, so the best I can do on the bottom would be 15 across, right? But I could do 15 across and then a one going vertically, which is probably what I'm going to do. Yeah. You got to say I was a little discouraged that they enacted a no sig figure inspired build. Oh yeah, well, it's a challenge, right? So that, like they said, it would be too easy to do it that way. Okay, so I think good news is that these 1x3s are really going to help out for this. And I think, so the question is, do I have 1x2s? Actually, I don't have 1x2s bricks, but I have 1x2 plates. So I am going to be golden with these 1x2 plates. So we are going to be fine. We are going to be fine. Not working on a self-portrait. Self-portraits are psyche fails, and you're not prepared to be analyzed by AFOLs. Yeah, that's true. It's something else we can talk about. Now, something else that I got, where did I put them? There were these half turrets. Let's see, I think I put one somewhere around here. I got them from another, here it is. I thought I had more than one, but this could be a centerpiece. We could put this in the center. And since this is facing the outside, we put it like this for the interior. So I'm going to keep this in reserve as an option. It might be nice if I could find the other ones, because I have, I think, 3 total. And those came from also one of these storybook sets. Okay, so in the meantime, let's see, what am I doing? Oh, look at this. This came from a different aerial build, but this could be cool on the outside. Let's see how this looks. That's actually kind of cool, isn't it? Though this is minifig scale, whereas this would be more microdoll scale. No need for AFOLs giving free mental health tips. Yeah, and it's interesting because a self-portrait, you could think of it in a number of different ways, right? I do like this, but let me see. Oh, there's something else that I saw recently that might actually work better. Where did I put this? Aha! These also came in some of these storybook sets. These windows, these would be amazing on the exterior. And here's a second one of these. So we can use one of these and maybe put these on the exterior portion, because these were on the interior of this one of the storybooks. Oh, this is cool. This is really cool. Let me get rid of that for a moment. I'm just going to put these out here for just for sizing. But this might also change the look, because if we want to do a circular tower, that we might want to start putting down instead some of those rounds instead of these. So let me see what I have as far as rounds. I thought I had a bunch of white. Okay, I do have a bunch of these in white. Now, will these fit with those? That's the question. You need to start buying 4+ junior sets. Lots of cool printed parts. Yes, absolutely. Okay, so this is not working the way I had planned. Let me see. I might be able to fit it this way. That's kind of cool. Kind of like that. And then almost build them up this way. Okay, this is an option. Another one are the half bricks, or the curved bricks. And I do have a bunch of those in here. Ooh, look at this. Oh, we have a bigger one. This could be in the center, couldn't it? Okay, lots of possibilities here. I think adding this curved shape would be nice. Self-portraits are windows on how you see yourself. Yeah, I was a little I don't want to say concerned, but I was just a little surprised, because we want you to do a self-portrait. Okay, so we got some nice azure here. Ooh, I forgot about these. I had these on the Trolls set. But I think this is too much teal and azure together. What I'm looking for is either white or gray in these, but I don't think I have much. Yeah, see, I have sand green. That might be a possibility, something like that. And I do have some more azure. I'm going to set that aside. Azure. And I have another plain white one. That could be helpful. Because remember, the focus is going to be on the interior. This is going to be the exterior, just kind of as a visual interest more than anything else. Okay, I do have a few in gray, but not a lot. Yeah, my supply is not that great in the colors that we want. Well, the other thing that would be funny is to do it like a Rorschach. Is it Rorschach test? So in other words, present an ink blot. I was tempted to do that. I was going to get a white, a white 32 by 32 plate and just put a bunch of black, slopes and things into like a, I can't remember the term, but it's like Rorschach test. And that way people can interpret it to be whatever they want. In fact, now that I'm talking out loud, I should just do that. I should just do that and submit it as an ink blot. Here's my ink blot of me. And then that way, that I'm going to do that. I'm going to do that. That won't be too hard to do. Then it'll be kind of like a mosaic. And that's my self-portrait. It's like, it's an ink blot. It's an ink blot, what I think of myself. I think it'll be a short stream on Friday. Maybe. So what do you guys think about that idea of me putting in my my ink blot for my self-portrait? I think that would be hilarious. I'm just going to do it because that won't be too hard to do. This is why I love streaming, is that I get these great ideas just from talking out loud with you all. Okay, so I pulled out a few of these just to see what would work. And right now, I think this is what we're going to go with. Because that is something easy to do. And I could probably work maybe this one in as well for the exterior. Or just do a plain one. Because a plain one could also just provide some visual interest, right? And I'm just... Ooh, oh my god, is that going to work the way I think it's going to work? OMG. OMG. Yeah. Wow. I couldn't have planned this better. Here, I'll show you what I'm talking about. Is that I've got these, right? So this is almost like, I don't know, like a walkway. And then when you line these up with this middle one, it shows up and it lines up perfectly as 16 studs across. That's it. A Rorschach test. It's a block of ink. That's what I'm going to do. I think that's going to be great. An ink blot as a self-portrait says a lot about how you see yourself. Exactly. Exactly. That's what I'm going to do. And you can interpret it any way you want. Okay. All right. I love this idea. So what we're going to do is we are going to build up the wall and bring this up to maybe about here. And I'm going to throw in a couple windows underneath. So then that way it kind of looks, what's the word I'm looking at? It almost looks like a corridor, like a courtyard corridor or something like that. It's going to look dope. It's going to look amazing. So excited about this. Yeah. So I think we got a plan. And like I said, this is a rework and using the pieces you already have in your collection, not, you know, thinking too much about, oh, I have to buy this or I have to buy that. Just look at what you have in your collection and then put it together. And as you can see, I had to kind of piecemeal the base, and I'm looking at those round turrets and I said, oh, this will look great. So let's do that. Yeah. And as you can see, when I put these together, even though they're 1x3s, if you stagger them off, then they'll stitch them together really well. I'm going to do that. I'm going to do an ink blot. The ink blot of Brickanista. Brickanista's ink blot. And this will be great because I can use all kinds of, you know, those curves from the dot set. And I'll probably get some inspiration from some ink blots that are out there. But that's perfect. That is perfect because, you know, it can just be some, you know, weird interpretation. All right, so if I'm going to stack those windows, and remember when I was stacking these windows, you can make them one stud apart. Let's see, where are the other windows? I think 5 fit across perfectly, if I remember right. Yeah. Look at that. So you can see the 5 going across, and we're going to build up and then put these on the top. Oh, it's going to look amazing. Now the question is, I don't have a lot of white in the middle, so what might be cool is to go with translucent ones. I might have a lot of translucent, let's see. Let's see, what colors do I have? Yeah, a Rorschach test is what I'm going to do. By the way, there's a build on Instagram who does an amazing album covers when they do faces. Oh, that's cool. I probably wouldn't do that. But if somebody else wants to do something of themselves. Okay. I know I have a lot of these. They're plain, but they would work, and they would also provide some more circular interest, and that's these clear tumbler looking ones. Yeah, so this might just, like I said, I think I'm going to make this like a hallway or something. Like a main hall of a, or maybe a banquet hall or something. I don't know. I'm talking out loud right now. I'm not sure exactly what it's going to be, but I think it's going to be amazing in the end. And I just realized I may need to put some windows on the side here too. Or, what else can I do on the side? So you see what I'm doing with those transparent ones going across? You know what I may do is, maybe I'll just build these up. How many of these windows do I have left? Got one here. Unless I want to use that other color. Remember that interesting color that I had? If I put this here, let me see, I just need one more. Let me look in my windows. Windows, I just need one more. Well, like I said, I could break these out. I have 6 of these. I have 6 of these. I am a completionist, so I'm like kicking myself. It's like, oh, I just need one more. One more of those arched windows. All right. So part of me thinks if I move the gray ones to the outside and then use these new colored ones on the interior. You need to lurk for a while too? Okay, no worries. Yeah, if I had all gray, I would definitely go for the gray, but this isn't too bad. Or, like I said, I could also stagger them with different colors. But I'm going to go for the this foam green color on the outside, and then this on the inside. And this is what it looks like, because remember, we're focusing on the interior of the castle. So this may be like a grand hall or something. And then we'll build this up. We need to build this up on the sides. I don't know how many of these holes had glass, because I also have these clear ones. I'm just gonna play around and see how this looks, because this actually could look pretty cool. I guess they had stained glass. Why couldn't they have regular glass? Right? When was glass invented? And this is a fantasy world anyway, so can't get too complicated in here. That looks actually pretty cool. All right, I'm going to build up some more white. And the reason why I also want to build up some white is that I want some places to hang maybe some tapestries or something. So I'm going to have to put some a layer of plates in order to have some wall hangings or something. Pennants would be cool. I don't know how many pennants I have. Alright, so another thing I should check is if this is a minifig. That's about the right height for a minifig to look out for the view. So yeah, I'm going to leave it like that. Yeah, I'm actually really stoked. This is going to be amazing. This is going to be freaking amazing. I have this idea of maybe the shields from, and you're going to laugh when I tell you, the Thanos shields. Those might actually work perfectly in here. So if I do the Rorschach test for tricky bricks, maybe I should do it on a smaller scale instead of on a 32 by 32. But I can whip one of those out tonight. I could definitely do that. That's what I'll do. Black and white Rorschach test. Oh, another one I could do is a QR code. A QR code can be considered a self-portrait. Could be. Okay, so you see what I've done here? I think that looks actually really good. And then what we're going to do is we're going to add some down brackets. Now, ironically, I have a lot in green for some reason, but I was thinking about whites. These are, I think I have some 2 by 2s. Hold on. Yeah, this is what I was looking for. 2 by 2 down brackets. So you could line these up with the windows. Hopefully I have enough. Do I have enough? Need 2 more. Or should I line them up also with the sides? Oh no! Oh no! I don't have enough. Okay, we're going to go with just 3. You just found some old promotional Legoland California Duplo bricks? Oh! How cool is that? That sounds cool. Alright, so we're going to have a place for 3 tiles, pennants, something that can go in the middle here. In fact, I kind of know I could use these. Let's see how they look. These came from the Frozen set. Those. And then I have one in the middle that could be from the Thanos set. I don't know where all of them went, but if I find the other 2, I should have 3 of these. So these could all go right here. But that actually looks kind of cool, like that. It'll have some visual interest. So we have the pennants, and then we'll need to put a row of plates here. Like I said, I've got a ton of these. Let's see. I'm wondering if I could space these out a little bit, because do I need to line them up with the windows, or can they still look good spaced out? I think they'll look good spaced out. Let's take a look. I think that spacing works. Hey, Vigilante, how are you? Those promo Legoland Duplo bricks out anymore. Yeah, they're probably very rare. So that's great that you have them. So welcome to the stream, Vigilante. It's a Sparkle in the Night from the early 2000s. Ooh. Okay, so just looking at this, if I do it this way, let's see if I have 1x3 plates to go there. Or this is also an opportunity for me to add another color. So I could put that gray in here. This might be an opportunity for some gray striping. But I have a feeling I want to do some white first. Okay, I'm going to keep my fingers crossed to have some 1x1s in white. Where are my 1x1s? Here they are. Please let me have some in white. No! No! Dark gray. Oh boy. Got to have some in light gray. See, this goes back to the spacing issue of these. Okay. Alright, we're going to respace these a little bit. Dad? Yeah, well, this is a mock, so, you know, this is what happens when you're mocking things, is that you got to rearrange things and do things differently than what you had planned. So, yeah, because of the bricks that I have a lot of these 1x2s, so I can just do 1x2s going across like that, and then, because we need a plate layer to make up for the these brackets that I put in. Yeah, so somebody was asking, you know, I don't usually stream at this time. It's like, well, I actually have been for at least a couple months, because we were doing the Lego review shows. And during this time when, you know, they're not having review shows, then I could do something else. All right, so now that I'm looking at this, I'm going to have to respace these. All right. So let's... And this might actually work out better, because this may line up with the windows again, because the last one didn't line up with the windows. All right, there we go. We've got it. So, yeah, so Vigilante, what you missed is that we are building like this interior hall. That actually looks pretty good. I actually like that a lot. So this interior hall, and then when you turn it around, this will be the exterior portion of the castle with the moat around the outer edge. And then when you open it up, you have a mini castle with a drawbridge. So, okay, this music is getting really weird. I don't know what's happening to this music. I usually have something chill EDM. What is going on? Let's go with something else. Let's see. Let's go with happy EDM. Let's try that. Boy, that was getting really weird. Sorry, folks. There's only so much of that I could take. Okay, so now this is where these curved pieces can come in handy. I think this spacing might actually work out well, like that. Where's the other one? So this is one option, is doing it this way. And even this might be a little too tall. Let's see, do I have anything smaller than that? I do have these I brought out. I don't know if that will fit there though. I think it has to fit around. Yeah. And now I'm kind of playing around with this. Maybe I need to put this a little lower, like right there. You're back now. Clean, free hands. You're working with super glue? Oh, that sounds like it was awful. So this is what I'm working on now, Zach, is I'm thinking about what to do here. There is another shorter one of these that I had, but it had a different set of windows. See, these have this one portico, or porthole? What's the word I'm looking for? This is the little one. I don't know, that could work. But I'm also leaning towards what if we just leave those two, and let's see, what else do I have that could work? That's round. Because this is 6 across. Let me see, do I have anything smaller? I have these, they're 1x2s. They're stacked already. That's not too bad. I'm hesitating because it seems off a little bit. Super gluing Lego bricks. You attempted to, yeah. Yeah, that might not have been the best, best decision. Okay, I have another option here. What if I put this over here? Put this one here. Or maybe I should have it overhanging. Yeah, let's try the overhang. And I have some cones. And now the question is, do I have cones in this color? Maybe, maybe not. It's all an experimentation, but this is already looking pretty good. So this is the outside of the castle, and this is the inside of the castle. And then we have the other mini castle here. So I think this is becoming a 3-way castle build. Another snapped piece. Oh no. So I'm looking for the cone pieces I have. I have like this dark gray. I'm looking at this size. I have this dark gray and I have this green, sand green. Maybe the sand green. This isn't too bad. I got 3 of them. I'd rather stick with kind of a pink tone, but I don't think I have it in pink. I have a red, but I don't think the red's gonna work. And I also have this dark gray. Let's see how the dark gray looks. Ah. I don't know, what do you think? Sand green or dark gray? There's a different color. There's the dark gray and there's the sand green. It would be actually nice in white. If I had it in white. And you know where I have them in white? Inside that, which I don't want to take them from there. And then I have purple, 1 yellow, and 1 orange. So I think we're gonna have to go with, the sand green. I don't see any comments, so I guess you're gonna guess you like the sand green too. There was one that dropped. There it is. That kind of works because we have those mint green or foam green, sea foam green ones. Okay, that's not too bad. What about over here? I think I need to raise this up a plate. Yeah, we definitely need to raise it up a plate. It does look really cool. I will say I do like how this is shaping up. It's shaping up quite nicely. You can see how it's coming together. I like having these little rounded portions of it. And then the interior, it's nice having this other shape too, kind of the interior portion. So yeah, I'm actually really enjoying this. And then I think I can use some 1x2 tiles to kind of finish off some of the top. Okay, so let's do this. Yeah, but I think this portion is going to be done. So here, this is what we're looking at right now. And like I said, I think I can do some finishing here with some 1x2 plates and some dots. It might even be worth, let me see if I want to raise, do I want to raise this up too? Because these windows go right to the edge. So if I were to raise that up, maybe a 2x4? 2x4 in white? I know I have a bunch. I have a bunch of 2x4s in white. So let's see how that's going to look. If I raise this up like that. Hello? I need you to clutch. Here's the comparison. Yeah, definitely needs to be raised. Oops, sorry. Definitely needs to be raised just a little bit. You can see the difference. Let me zoom in. Here's the difference. You can see that just that little bit raises it up. Yeah, definitely. Sand green looks like it goes with the pink. Yeah, I agree. And it goes with that foam green too that we had before. Okay, so we're going to raise this up a little. Yeah. And I think we'll raise this center up a little too. This is looking really good. I'm so excited about this. This is like a new thing that I'm doing, and I'm really enjoying this. Yeah, look at that. That looks so cool. Let me zoom out just a hair. You can see it coming together. And what's nice about having these steps is that you can put those curves in. I know I have a bunch of these white 1x2 curves, so that'll be nice right there. So yeah, I like that. Okay. All right, so let me put those curves here while I'm thinking about them. Where did I move my curves? There they are. Yeah, this will be a nice little finish. Look at that. Oh, that looks awesome. Just those little subtle details can make such a big difference. Wow, that looks great. And we could probably put one here and here too. So do I have two more? Do I have two more in white? Let's just see how it looks first before I commit. It may not fit because of that curve, but actually no, it actually fits right there. Okay, I need one more in white. All right, there we go. Zoom in for them. So you can see this little curve that I added right there. It looks nice. Looks really nice there. If I had more white, I would probably do more of that kind of finishing, but I'm running low. I think I have two more. So I may do one on this side and one on this side, maybe. Yeah, let's try that. Like I said, these little finishing pieces, even though they seem kind of tedious, they really do add some dimension to your model. Oh yeah, that looks great. That looks awesome, actually. This is why I like streaming. Like I said, you get some awesome ideas while you're streaming, and you can get feedback right away from people. Yeah, So here's what it looks like. You can see we raised this up, so then that way this window is more visible. And then I'll start tiling these in with some dots. 1x2s and some dots, I think. And then here's the other, oops, sorry, here's the other little slope that comes down from this side. So that's nice. Got that there. Okay, cool. All right, my friends. I think what I'll do, like I said, we can maybe work on the moat later, but I'm coming up on an hour and 45 minutes, so I'm thinking this looks pretty good so far. We've got, oops, we've got the interior of the castle. Then we have the exterior. Oh, hey Doc, how's it going? You made it home and you're still going. Well, yeah, it's a labor of love. Now, one thing I've noticed is that there is some white space here that it would be nice to kind of break that up. And you could put a banner or something here or there. I could work on that later. But that's dope, yo. Thank you. Yeah, like I said, I'm almost tempted to, oh, those curly cues. Let me see if I have some. Those would look amazing if I have enough. Let's see. I know I have some from Bricks LA. Let's see what I got. Don't want that. The ones that were similar to the ones that I used for the steampunk engine. I sworn I had some in here. Okay, maybe not. But even a, you know, a little somehow attach some of these gold pieces. Or here's another thought. I've got these. Remember I did this with the other building? What happens if I put these underneath? Oh yes. This is gonna look great. Oops. Yeah, mock building takes time, Doc. It doesn't happen overnight. You gotta work on it. Yeah, I love adding this little color, this little splash of color, and these scroll pieces just make a nice little visual element for architecture. Yeah, I like that. You see the difference between that and this one? And then you have another attachment point here if I wanted to put something else there. So we're going to put 4 more. Definitely dope, yo. I think so, yeah. And it's a castle, so you want it to look kind of fancy, right? You can't just, you gotta have some gold in there somewhere. In fact, I might have some gold plates. Let me see if I have gold plates in here. Or tiles, rather. Yeah, this little bit of detail really makes a difference. So you can see that. I wonder, will this fit under here too? I doubt it because, well, maybe. I don't know if it looks kind of weird though, having this kind of all by itself, but it does work. It does fit there. Yeah, we could play with that. And then we could put them on these exterior sides too. Like I said, add some visual element to this. And like I said, I don't know if I ever were to do these as gifts or not, but it definitely lends itself to something special you could give to somebody. You could say, "Hey, I got you a book." It's a Lego designed set. And who knows? Maybe, I don't know if Lego would consider doing something like this, but they already have the bases. But you can see, yeah, I think I'm going to add that. 2 more. Do you build MOCs, Doc? I don't know if you build MOCs or not. I know you do a lot of those food challenges, like spicy noodles and the 1 chip challenge and Snickers and pickles or something weird like that. Okay, so some good news is I also have in here some gold. I got some gold angle plates and some other things in here, some other goodies. But I remember I could have sworn I saw some 1x2s. So then that way I could finish these going across. Where did I see those? 1x2s. I think they were in with my dots. No, you don't. You don't MOC. Except you did on that one show I did where you were a guest. You did MOC there. So I know you have the capability of doing MOCs. Okay, let's see. Now this could be interesting. I have these dots, these ones with the curves on top. I'm just going to set those aside. But I could have sworn, okay, I have some 1x1s in gold. I could have sworn I had 1x2s in gold too, because that would hold them together. All right, let me check one more place. Okay, well, let's see. How many of these do I have? This I think I got in a lug bulk too. If you're wondering, where do you get all these parts from? Right, let's try this out. Let's see. Let's try this little center piece. This may not work because of the angle. Oh, I guess it does. Okay. Oh, wait a minute. This one has... Oh, is this a combination of tiles and cheese slopes? No! Okay, well, let's see. What's a cheese slope look like? Actually, a cheese slope looks pretty good. Maybe we'll have to use cheese slopes. In fact, I think the cheese slopes would look better over here. Oops. Yeah. And then when you put a tile going across, that'll look amazing. That will look amazing. Okay. So this wasn't my original plan, but I think adding a little bit of gold does make it special. And apparently I have, I think, 8 slopes, so I can just do the 4 going across on both sides. They have been really kind with my build, calling them mods. Well, I even said that some of the things that I do are mods, like the dojo and the ramen shop. Those are kind of mods, especially when I put Pigsy's noodle bowl on top. Okay, so I'm kind of playing around with this, but here, let me zoom in a little bit. So you can see when you add the gold slope, I think it does look better than that. So slope, no slope, slope, no slope. Yeah, so I think I don't have a lot of these slopes, so I'm trying to, hopefully I have enough to get in here. Oops. All right, well, we'll fix that. Yeah, this is all detail work, but I think the main structure itself is really solid, and it looks really great. And then what I'll do, I think off stream, is finish the white, because I have to get a combination of, I think, 1x2 tiles and the 1 by the quarter round dots to get around that curve. Yeah, I think that's what we're going to have to do. And we are, I think, down to the last slope. So yeah, I only had those. And okay, and these are just regular 1x1s. And I think if I look at this, I'm going to use a white, I think, for those. If I have enough, right now I only have 4. I need 6. Because as you know, this middle turret, where'd the middle turret go? There it is. This middle turret will also have these. So you know. I always have such a hard time lining these up. Right. There we go. Okay. All right, my friends. I think this is probably a good stopping point, because it's now been 2 hours. And in the last 2 hours, we have built, like I said, this is called Reworks and Retrofits. Wednesdays, Reworks and Retrofits. So essentially, we reworked this storybook set. And this is the shield. This might look familiar to you, Doc. This is the shield from the Thanos set. And these are the shields from the Frozen set. And this is the interior, and I still can put furniture and minifigs and some other things here. I think that looks pretty good. And then the exterior, I still need to do some finishing. Like I said, I won't bore you with all of that, but I think I need to put some finishing to cover these studs. And then this will open up, and there's a little mini castle on the inside with a drawbridge. You enjoyed the stream? Oh, good. Thank you, Lena. You can slap anything together and people will kindly call it a mock. Well, like I said, mock improv is exactly that. You're improvising. And I think you did a great job. So don't be so hard on yourself. But I think this, you know, there were a couple surprises here. One of them was I put these translucent barrels in between, and they actually work. they work really well. And I use translucent 1x2s on the side. I could replace those maybe with those barrels to kind of make it more interesting. I may do that off stream. I'll have to take a look. But overall, I think, you know, this is using parts that came from different sets and putting them together into something kind of cool. And then I just have to think about what will this be, this next section. Yeah, and like I said, I probably could go for another hour or two if I wanted to, but I know Wednesdays I like to keep them kind of short. I tend to go longer on Sundays and Mondays when I'm working on sets. But yeah, so that's it's looking cool. And like I said, I'm calling these 3-in-1 storybook builds. So I may, let's see, Thrifty Thursdays on tomorrow. So I will be working on another small set. And I may be working on the Star Wars set. Here, let me go to full screen. Hold on. I don't have a close-up on my hand. So, yeah, so tomorrow's Thrifty Thursday, which I do stream at 9 o'clock on Thursdays, which is usually my regular time. Wednesdays, I've been going a little earlier, as well as Sundays. But yeah, so for those of you who have been watching, these are called Reworks and Retrofits. And this is a storybook set, which has the little spine for the story. And then on the interior, we will make a story about something in a castle. Here's the moat around the castle. And then I will probably put a little, I don't know, maybe some wildlife. I might put a little shore, like along the castle, or some grass or something. And then you open it up, and we worked on this on another stream. And there is a castle build on the inside, and there is, oops, the drawbridge. The drawbridge, which comes down, and see the characters in there. So this is kind of like the microdoll scale, and then the exterior is the mini fig scale. So I think that's kind of how I'm making these, and it's been so much fun. I started doing this with a Christmas build that I did that I'm still working on, actually, for a friend. And then I said, you know, this could be fun. So this is the second one I've been working on. The third one will be on this lavender one, and I'll have to start thinking about what kind of ideas I might come up with that. So I wouldn't be surprised if next Wednesday I'll probably show you what I finished on this one, and we'll start on a new one for next Wednesday. That's the plan, anyway. So anyway, thank you, Lena. Thank you, Joel. Thank you, Doc, Zach, Glenn. Let's see. We had a new person too. What was it? Lilybeth, I think. What was your name? She was here earlier. Oh, Vigilante was here too. Thank you for stopping in. And why am I not seeing her name? I want to say Lily. Something Lily. Okay. Well, thank you. There she is. Ruby Lily. So thank you, Ruby Lily, for stopping by too. And if you're interested, if you like the stream, please like and subscribe. It really helps me out. And even a comment or two. Those things go up to YouTube to help with my numbers. And I'll be back tomorrow, Thursday. We'll do a Thrifty Thursday episode. Right now, I may be doing a Star Wars set, a little mini Star Wars set, but I'm going to look around and see what's out there. And for Thrifty Thursday, I focus on sets that are $19.99 or less, and that's how I got these boxes to begin with. So lots of things that we can do, and stay tuned. It'll be back tomorrow, 9 o'clock. So thanks again, everybody. It's been great hanging out with you. And as they say on the Brickanista Broadcast Network, may the clutch be with you. Take care. Bye.